Warami! Welcome back to ROO Review movie review series. Today I want to talk a little bit about a 2023 movie, Creed 3 by Michael B. Jordan. I watched this movie 2 weeks ago and plan to just do a re-editing music video of it as my impressions, and that was it. Because I think it's a very average movie and there is not much to talk about it. I give it a 5.2 on IMDb, and you can run it up to 6 if you want, but I don't think it makes any difference. Among all the ROO review criteria, Pictures is the winner with a score of 7 out of 10, which means it's better than average, but the others are really just around or below average. So you see, in my opinion, this movie is even a bit below average. I wouldn't really recommend it. However, while I was making my impression video last week, I just realized a piece of interesting fact that this movie is overall below average. It's not really because everything in it is bad. The real reason why it doesn't really get many good reviews overall is a bit tricky, and that's what I really want to share in this video because I find it's interesting. After watching this movie, I didn't get my expected adrenaline rush during these 2 hours because this movie doesn't really give me the badass boxing actions and typical underdog getting the championship story thing. I feel like I was fooled by this Rocky spin-off movie franchise brand, and the director and the production team failed to deliver these delicious elements to me. But after making my impression video, I realized that these stereotype elements for this type of movies, such as the professional and even exaggerating boxing actions and the typical struggles that a boxer has to overcome to become a champion, they really are never the intended core elements here in this movie. What this movie really wants to present is that even as strong and successful as this protagonist is, he still has fear deep inside his heart. And the whole story is really just telling us how he stops running away from that, but starts facing and overcoming his fear. I really like the angle of this story, which is trying to stand out from its group, but there are two main failure points here. First, it gives us the wrong expectations by giving this movie too many popcorn minutes. It misleads us to believe this is a pure boxing action movie, and when those action scenes together with the commercial elements are not really hitting the expected quality, we feel disappointed. Second, the characters are not convincing enough, and I blame that to the unclear genre definition. Is this movie an action movie, or this movie is a storytelling movie, or anything else? I'm not really sure. The movie just simply doesn't have enough time for certain characters and the chapters that should be focused on, because it's trying to do too many things in the same time. In my opinion, to make some improvements to this movie, we don't have to sacrifice the real core values and story in this movie. We can keep them. All we need to do is reducing the size of traditional boxing action scenes and slowing down the pace of the movie a little bit so that it leans more towards to a storytelling movie genre rather than a sports action movie. Because I think if it is trying to tell a good story of how a guy overcomes his fear in his own way, it will be much better than what it is now. And that if not solved, but at least I believe it will help with both of the main issues here for this movie. With all of this being said, I do feel sorry for this movie. I think it could have shined in its own series with a unique starting point, which is the angle of the story, but because it is trying to tick too many boxes at the same time, it actually lost its focus in the movie at the end. But anyway, hopefully what I said makes sense to you, my audience. That's all I want to say today. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up or let me know in the comments below. If you like to watch more movie reviews, then make sure you subscribe my channel, ROO Review, where I share on my review set. Thanks for watching ROO Review episode 8. See you in the next ROO episode.